Hi, Denise Brown here with DB Word Gallery, and I wanted to bring you guys into my shop and just show you a little bit of what we do. I am a children's author, and my husband writes with me as well, and our company is called DB Word Gallery. We began engraving on our children's books. There was a mirror in one of them, and it actually opened the door for us to start a new business, and we now do laser engraving. We have 2 machines, and I love to do really fun, different things. So we had gone to Ireland and Wales a couple of years ago, and the really interesting thing I saw was that people would name their houses. Now, here in the States, you have Smith Farms, Green Acres, but they actually, many people gave their houses names, like the Nightingale or something like that. So I decided, I think I want to name my house. We had a piece of wood that was in our fire pit, and I saw it and thought, that is a really interesting piece of wood. So let's not burn it. We had started burning it. I said, I want to make a name. Your property has a presence about it. Even when we were in Ireland, I can honestly tell you the land had a sound. And so I just kind of heard that in my thoughts, I thought I would love to call our home the Flowing River. And that is, when you come to our home, I want the flow and the presence of God to constantly be in our home. So we're going to name our house the Flowing River. So we thought we would just show you what we're going to do, and we're going to make our piece today with you guys. And we may make a few other pieces and just kind of show you what we can do. So, all right, let's go. Let's go outside. So here is the piece right here, and we're going to cut this up into to a piece that we're going to put into the engraver, and in the inside, as you can see, we were burning it up. But I think that this is really going to be so incredibly beautiful engraved when we get it cut, and I'm going to put it in the mulched area in the front of our house. So that is where this piece is going to go. So okay, we are going to start the process of getting it chainsawed and the size that we want. Our engraver is actually, the largest piece that we can do is an 18 by 24. So we've got to take this piece down so it can fit into the engraver. So that's a little bit of a process. So here we go.
Laser engraving machine. We're going to cut the length of it first just to get the correct look of the piece, and then we'll cut off whatever end we don't want as a part of our naming plate that's going to go on the house, right? Is that what you want?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
We changed strategy a little bit. We were gonna do a longer piece, but instead we're gonna do 2. So we're gonna get a couple of pieces out of these. Okay, we've got our design, what we're gonna use set up. So let's go over here. And we've also put the piece in the machine already to spare you those muddy, dirty details. Everything has to be very level for this to laser right. I mean, that's one cool thing about a laser. If you want to distort something or you want to change something, you can actually make the focus off, and you can create different effects with the laser machine. So we are getting it set up. And we're going to laser this in 2 sets because of the curve. You can't put this on a rotary tool to make it move, so we'll have to set this up separate for each line of type that we're going to do. So we're going to set this up now, and I think we are
about ready to run it, aren't you?
Okay. We ran the first line. It was a little hot and a little too close. There was a little hump right here, so the focus was really close. It got a little too hot, and we burned right there. But I think that it's going to look kind of cool. So we're going to pull this tape off. See. there's the first word. Yeah, like I said, we got a little hot right here. This is actually a tree that was from our yard. We had numerous ash trees. I think we took about 11 down out of our yard. And if you can notice those lines right here, those were from the ash borer that took out all our trees. Those were kind of their patterns that they made. You saw that throughout the trees. They were just this neon-y turquoisey color, but boy, they did a lot of damage to the trees. I'm going to actually spray this down with just a little bit of water. It seems to help a little bit. This is such old dried wood that it can get very hot, and we're running an air assist, but it's still, the flames can come up on it, so it's burned a couple of places because of the unevenness. So I'm going to squirt a little water on it. See if beautiful this came out right here. This is beautiful. That's because that was in perfect focus. And as you can see, the wood is different heights and the dryness and all of that. So, you know, we had to keep it out of focus so that it wouldn't catch on fire because of that. But we're going to pull this piece out and clean it up and see how it turns out. Okay, we're going to do another piece. We're going to do this piece of slate right here. This actually came from Wales. When we were in Wales, we went down into a slate mine, and this is a piece of just a sample piece we got when we were there. So I'm going to take this over, and we're going to put this in the laser, and we are going to set this up, and I'm going to run, we'll do it this way, and I'm going to run the flowing river name on this, and we will see what we might do with this piece. We might, you know, maybe put it on a mantle or, you know, something like that. So, okay. Okay, it's done. So let's take a look. Now this was, of course, a piece that came out of the mine, so it, you know, it's got some flaws and some chunks out of it right there. So you can see how it missed some spots, but I think that's okay. I mean, it is the piece that we got. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually take it and I'm going to spray it with a clear lacquer, because we're going to go outside and put lacquer on it, and then we should be set to go. So. And we're going to let that side dry, and then we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. Okay, the other side's dry, and we have flipped this over, and we are going to spray this side. And let that just dry out in the sun. Okay, we have our last piece that we're going to engrave on. I actually took this stepping stone, it's a concrete stepping stone, out of my mulched area around my deck, and we're going to engrave something on it. I have no idea how this is going to come out. It's not very smooth, it's chunked up, so, you know, this may not be really the kind of material that we want to work with, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. We're going to see how it comes out. So, all right, hold on. Okay, well, we had some problems with this piece, and as you can see, when we started out, it was not engraving very well, so we couldn't see the imprint. So we went ahead and stopped it and masked it off, and you know, probably we should have chosen something that was on the chipmunk more of a black and white just line drawing, because there was too much detail in it, so you really can't see his face. And yeah, but what we're going to do is we mask it off, and we're going to take it and we are going to paint the chipmunk and the crossing in black, and then we will try to see if we can figure something out with the chipmunk, maybe do some brown. So that's what we're going to do. Our setup out here, we've masked off the chipmunk, and we're going to go ahead and see. We're going to take some black spray paint and see how it works with the chipmunk crossing words. We're going to just see how that works. It'll give it some definition, so we will at least be able to see it if the engraving didn't get deep enough to looking like we are just about done, I think. We've got it remasked now, and we've got the chipmunk showing. So as you can see, the detail, again, the eyes are not showing up. So when I'm done, depending on how it comes out, I'm going to have to probably go in and hand put some eyes on him. So here we go. Let's see how it goes. All right. I think that's probably good. We don't want to get it too dark. So, all right, let's let that dry, and I'm going to see maybe about trying to add some eyes in. Okay, well, we've got this piece done. There it is, the chipmunk crossing right there. Again, I would really highly recommend, if you're going to do a piece, don't do a very grainy type of concrete. This would have been so cute and came out so much better had I had a really smooth piece, like maybe a marble or a granite. The detail would have been wonderful on it, and it would have came out so wonderful. Actually, it's kind of hard, but the little chipmunk is eating a nut, if you can tell that. But you know, this was a piece we had in the backyard in the mulch, and we just grabbed that up and did it. So there you go. We'll just walk over here and we'll see the other piece that we did for the backyard as well. We had another flowing river, and this was this piece here that we put in. So there you go. Thank you all for joining me in my project here on the Name Your House pieces that we did, and I would challenge you to come up with your own name and create something really creative. Maybe you have an Airbnb and you want to give it a name. What a great thing. If we can help you, let us know. We'd be happy to. And go ahead and subscribe, and if you subscribe, you can tune in to some of my next projects. Thanks.